Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the Night Talk. And tonight we have a good episode for everyone. Um, it should be an interesting one for us here. So, I'm actually seeing. I want to start this off with Pokemon, and then we'll get into some more serious stuff. Um, I actually seen a case of Lost Origin today for sale for 5,500. So I might possibly be grabbing another case of Lost Origin, but right now, like I've been saying, is a really good time that if you want to grab stuff, but also at the same time, like if you did some of the investments that I told you to do and you're massively up on them, I do want to say that if you're really afraid and you really don't want to diamond hands it and take some risks, then you maybe should sell right now. Um, in case things change, and I don't want to be responsible for telling anyone to buy something that hasn't, that went up tremendously and telling them to just keep holding and it drops and then they get pissed. So, like, for some of my subscribers, like the one guy that bought the Fusion Strike PCBs, if you don't want to diamond hand things, maybe you should sell right now for 2,500 a case. You still made a band for Funk out there if you bought a case of Lost Origin. Um, and you want to collect the 5,500 to 6K, it's, not that bad to do so. I just want a lot of you to know that no matter what happens in this market, it's still your choice at the end of the day, not mine. What am I doing? Continuing to hold, obviously, and grabbing more, but continuing to diamond hands everything and just chill. So, I mean, that's what I'm doing, but I'm not saying that you have to do this. Um, like I said, it is your financial situation to do so. So, if, like, God forbid something does happen and the market collapses, which I don't think will happen, but that you're aware of it and can sell. So, I just don't want blame for anybody if anything goes up or down. That if you got a massive gain on something and you really need the money and don't really care that much about the product, maybe you should sell, but it's totally up to you. Like I said, I'm personally not doing that. I'm still holding because I think Lost Origin will rebound and be like a fucking $12,000 case if you just wait it out. So that's what I'm still doing. I still think Fusion will blow up, but I think right now is that if you see prices dip on any of this, it's not anything to be alarmed about. That it's more of a thing that if you see Fusion Strike dip to like 6K or 7K, you should be grabbing it. So that's what I would be doing. But to do what you want. So the next conversation I want to get into is like lately I've been looking for houses to buy for projects, and like, man, I never thought it would be this fucking insane, dude. I remember the days where you could just go buy a house and it may have needed a little bit of work for like 60 grand. A nice finished house was like 100 bands in a shitty area. And it's just like, I can't even find a house that is like worth putting money into. And I'll explain why. Like for 80 grand, they're either just really shitty and not savable and need torn down, or for 200K, there's just no meat on the market, like left on the bone, and things are just fucked. And like right now, and I don't know if this is going on in every area, because like I said, like my area is a good bit cheaper still to live, but it's like I really don't know what the younger generations are gonna do, man. And I've said this for years, how truly disgusting this is, because you can work like if you just work your entire life, like if you work for 10 years, you could essentially own a house in 10 years, and it's just not like that anymore. It's so disgusting, and it's like all your bills that get ate up and you just never will own a home. Like, because I try to put myself in that like first time home buyer's shoes of like what they're dealing with, and it's just like, dude, it's fucking disgusting. I mean, it really is. It's so sickening how bad things have gotten in 2025. Like how terrible and treacherous the real estate is. That like most people, if they saved up 200K, they bought a house now, and it takes all of their money besides like 20K, and they just use that 20K to keep paying bills on it. And it's just like, yeah, you can do the mortgage for stuff, but it's just fucking ridiculous, man. Like half of these houses should be like 100 bands, 120 grand, and it's just like, nope, they're 190. And I'm not talking about California homes. Like I'm talking about just shitty, fucking average ass, basic home you can find that's just livable. I mean, at this point, just a livable trailer, and even this is hard to find. Just a livable trailer is $80,000. Like on just a not sometimes you don't even on the ground underneath it is like 80K. I've seen people want like 60, 70 grand, and you still have to pay lot rent. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, it is so bad that it's like me personally, I can't find homes to flip to people that are even remotely affordable. I can't find homes to fix up and rent out to someone or sell to someone. Like it's just there's nothing. It's either buy a shitty house that needs torn down for 60 grand and put 150 grand in fixing it and try to sell it for like 150. So like you're just underwater, so it doesn't even make sense. Or buy an already finished house for 185,000 and try to reflip it for like what, 190 after all the fucking around and shit. It's just not even worth it. Um, and it's just gotten sickening because I used to do this a lot. Like I would find homes for like 60, 70 grand, fix them up a little bit, and then I would like retail them and flip them for like 120, 130. And it's just like, you can't even do that anymore. And I want to explain why this is such a dangerous thing that I don't know why people don't talk about it more, but it's just like, think about your ad, like if you have a kid or something and they're working, starting at nothing, how are they affording $200,000 for a house? How's an average family affording a $200,000 finished home and having any financial freedom? Like they're just not. And I mean, yeah, like I said, you could do mortgages, but it's like, let's be real, folks. Like some of these houses that are 200 grand, like they should be 70K. Like, are you fucking joking? I remember 3 years ago, like standing around looking at houses, and the same house that someone would pay like 170, 180 for, like we were all standing around like, oh, that house is barely worth 60, and like the fucking seller would take like 50K for it, and it's just like those days are so long gone, and they need to come back, and I don't think they ever will, and it's so fucking disgusting. Um, that I really just don't know what people are going to do. Because like I have friends, man, that have worked their whole lives, from for the past like 15 years, and they're just not like they're just at break even all of the time. That they could never even afford to just buy a home, and not even buy a home, but just to get approved for the credit to buy a home. And I don't know, like something has to change. Like a livable home should be 60 grand. I don't care what anyone says. Like a livable small home should be like a 2 bedroom home should be like 60K max. That's like not brand new, just a meh house. And it's just like those days are over. And in my area, we've had a lot of people come in from like California where things are expensive and move here. And just because the real estate's so cheap and they're so used to expensive prices that it's raised the real estate tremendously in my area that I can't even get in a house to flip. I can't get in a house to fix up and rent. That it's basically buy something finished or buy something that needs like dozed in, man. Like it's insane how much it's changed, and I'm just scared for the generations below us, man, because like they are going to be so ridiculously fucked starting at zero that it doesn't matter how hard they work, they'll never own a home. Like, they'll never own a home. And it's so disgusting because it's like, if you put yourself in the shoes of someone that was working for a home like 5 years ago, and they're like, okay, if I save up 60 grand, I get a home. Like I finally get a home. They save up the money, and it's just like, oh, well, everybody has more money now, so it doesn't go as farther. That same house is 180,000 now, bud. It's like, what? Like, they just move the goalpost. So it's like, even if you're just saving your money to maybe have a stable life anymore for most people is just non-existent. And I don't know if it's social media that's just like ruined people's reality of the world or what it is, but it's like, this is not sustainable, bro. Like, the average wage being like $20 an hour or less, and the average just shitty livable home being $200,000 when it was like 60 grand 5 years ago in shit areas is like phenomenally bad. And I just don't think it's going to change. I just think it's going to get a lot fucking worse no matter what president gets in there. But Biden definitely helped fuel all of this, making this way worse. He literally destroyed this country in his 4 years of just like making it so it's just like not even livable, dude. And it's just like, why? Why did you want to torture the world this bad? That like most people's lives are just completely fucked because of that man. And it's disgusting, man. It really is. And that's just the point of this video. Like, I really don't know what people are going to do in the future because, like, I'm trying to make buying some of these houses make sense for me. Of like, well, if I buy this for 185, like, can I rent it and make all my money back and then do something with it? It's like, yeah, but it's going to take forever, and I'll have money tied up, and I just be better off throwing a Pokemon or doing something more interesting with it. And like, it just doesn't even make sense to buy another home to try to like renovate to build for someone and make it affordable. I can't even do it. I can't. And that's with some of the best resources in the world. I have some of the best workers. I have some of the best deals for getting materials for houses. And like, I can't even be competitive, man. Like, to make a livable house for someone for like 120 bands, like that was usually my specialty, was I would buy a house for 60 and I would make it livable and sell it for 120 grand. Like that would be my specialty that I did all the time. And like, I can't do that anymore. It's like my entry prices are like 130, 140 for a meh house that needs a shit ton of work still. And then it's like, the amount of money you have to put in just doesn't even make sense. And the amount of time and effort and work, like, it just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense anymore. And it's kind of sad because I kind of enjoyed helping people get their first homes and making it like an affordable experience for them, and not such like a terrible experience. But it's just, unless things change, it's really bad. And it's fucking bullshit, man. Like, they talk about lowering the interest rates and lowering taxes and like all this other stupid shit. They never do it. And it's just like, no, the prices of homes need lower. The prices of material needs lowered. And I just don't ever see that happening. And especially the prices of just used homes. Like, not even a brand new home. Like, the prices of used homes need to be like 60, 70, 80 grand again. That needs a little bit of work. And they don't exist. Like, in my area, I scroll and I check every day. Like, they just don't even exist. And I'm just like, well, what are people doing that like really need a home? And the only reason some of these houses sell for like that 185 grand range is like they wait like 6 or 7 months for some poor sap to finally just cave in and be like, fuck it, I just want a livable house. Here's I'll sign up for the mortgage, whatever. And then they eventually get someone. And that's why the prices stay so high. Like, if people just refuse to pay these prices and be like, no, that's a $60,000 house. That's an $80,000 house. I'm not paying that. Like, maybe prices would go back down, but it's just, it's not how it was 3 or 4 years ago, and it is just a shame. Like I love watching people that flip houses, and they're like, "Oh man, like I made all this money. I bought this house back 4 years ago for like 40 grand and sold it for 128 grand today." And it's like, yeah, but you can't buy that house back again for anything under like 120 grand. So it's a fucked up cycle, man. And as these houses get expensive, it just becomes like investors and real estate thugs just like fighting over it, raising the prices up as high as they can, and it's just like, yeah, even the real estate markets just became like dog shit. Just every market's became just dog shit in this world, man. And I don't know. Like I hope something changes, but I, everything's just pretty shit. Like I genuinely feel bad for anyone that is younger than us because they are just phenomenally fucked. Like unless you were born with money or like earned a shitload of money all at once, like years ago, you're basically trapped, man. Like, and it's fucking sickening. But anyway, that's all we have for the night talk. Hope a lot of you break free of the cycle. But yeah, it is bullshit though. It really is. Like, yeah, it makes me sick that I can't be able to flip houses like I like to because I genuinely like do enjoy it, but not at these prices. Like, ugh. Anyway, that's all we got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're out.